Hello guys, yes, welcome to another video. You join me here with my Range Rover Velar, and yeah, we're going to do another video on this car. 5 things I dislike about this car. Very much YouTube-esque kind of car video, 5 things I dislike, but everyone wants to see it, so I might as well make one. And then after that, we'll follow up with the 5 things I love, or 5 things I like about the Range Rover Velar. So, right, let's hop inside and let's get into it then. Alright, okay, so you join me in the car now. I've written all the things I dislike in my little notes here, 1 to 5. And I'm inside the car because basically all the kind of points are in here. So, let's go through them. Number 1 is kind of the overall tech experience, okay? So, with the sat-nav, with the radio, with the Bluetooth, the phone, and just the user interface here is not very good in my opinion. Before, Land Rovers have been renowned for very bad kind of tech stuff. With this, they brought out the new Touch Pro Duo stuff with the new screens and everything, and it's still not up to par. I mentioned this a lot in my video about just the 6 months ownership review, so if you haven't watched that, go watch that. I explain into very much more detail about all this tech stuff. Yeah, so the overall experience with the sat-nav is just not very good. And in other car brands, the car will take you straight to the destination. It works very well. In previous cars I've had, but this one, I mean, if you put in a place which you know and you're just trying to test the sat-nav, it will take you the most detoured way you've ever seen in your life. Say that there's a road going straight and the destination is right here at the end. It will go left, right, straight, right, and it will get to the destination round the most ridiculous way. You know, it's just not, I don't know why they do that. Maybe it's within the system, it's something wrong there, but it's just bad, okay? I mentioned in the 6-month review as well about the Bluetooth to your phone. If you use Apple Music and you're Bluetoothing, is that a word? Yeah, okay. And then you're driving 10-20 minutes in, the phone just cut out. You lose your sound, you lose your music, you lose the display on the screen as well, and it just won't work. And then you press play on your phone, it'll play out the phone and not the car. That's always been an issue with me with Apple Music, so if you do want to play your music through the car, I recommend you getting Spotify, because that hasn't failed on me yet. Or simply just plug your phone in. And then it won't fail. But yeah, with Apple Music, it just cuts out the whole time when you're driving. It's so annoying when you listen to your like awesome playlist that you've saved, and then you can't play it, and then you have to listen to the radio, which you don't want to listen to. So that is very annoying when you're driving a car this expensive and things do not work, things do not show up. It's quite embarrassing as well when, you know, if you go pick up someone and you roll up with a Range Rover, the person's, you know, standing outside waiting to get picked up. Oh, Range Rover, that's dope. Oh, let's get in. Get in, nothing works. And it's just like, 60 grand car and it's not really working. So it's a bit embarrassing in some parts and it's a bit, you know, disappointing with the tech. You would have thought, Land Rover going so long now, you would have thought they would sort something out, you know, taking hints from their rivals. But no. Okay, so number 2 is it's probably, these are in no particular order, by the way. I'm just randomly saying them as I go on. But number 2 is probably my most, it's probably right at the top of the most annoying things which I dislike about this car, is the goddamn screens where you have to wipe them with a cloth every time you get in the car, or every like 5 or 6 times you drive the car, because they are just riddled with dust, with fingerprints. There's 3 big screens here, okay? No buttons apart from the little dials that you change the climate with and the volume button. That's it. It's got gloss piano black everywhere, so it's going to show up scratches, it's going to show up dust, it's going to show up dirt, it's going to show up absolutely everything. Fingerprints. I mean, this is why I carry a little cloth with me here, and every time I get in the car, even if I'm just going down the road and I've cleaned it like this, right, I wiped it so it looks really nice, the glass looks clean and everything, right, and I'm driving down the road, have the window open or something like that, 5 minutes down the road, it's all dusty again. And I tap around the screen, it's all, you know, fingerprinty and all that. I know cars are doing this where, you know, they're putting a bunch of screens in, but some cars actually maintain or retain some of the buttons still. And, you know, which means less fingerprints because you're touching the buttons. And some touchscreens are actually quite good. You don't get fingerprints on them. But this car is absolutely atrocious. It's chaos for fingerprints and that. So that is really annoying. And I've only had this car, what, 8 months? And I don't know how there's scratches on here already. I haven't dropped anything on here. I haven't put my phone on here, like, you know, facing down without in the cup holder. It's just riddled with scratches already. It's not too bad. I'll show you like the clips when I'm talking through this, but I don't know how they're all over here already, all over the gear knob and everything. But yeah, I don't think you can spec another colour apart from piano black. I'm not actually sure. Maybe they brought out something new, but piano black is, as you know, one of those colours or one of those materials with plastic which is just going to get riddled with scratches and stuff. So yeah, that is very annoying. That's why I always carry a cloth. And obviously you want to have your car looking nice and stuff. And because it's got the pan roof, when the sun comes in, and if you haven't wiped your screens, you can't even actually see any text because there's so many fingerprints, so much dust. And when the sun hits it, it's just, it looks horrible. Okay, so if you have watched my previous videos on this car, specifically the 6 months ownership review, you may have noticed watched the part where I've talked about the lights. It's a bit of a tricky one because the technology is great, it's awesome, it's really, really good technology. So they're matrix LED headlights, okay? So when a car comes towards you, it will dip part of your high beam, okay, to not blind the car in front or the car coming towards you, okay? So if a car's coming like this, it will dip the right side and still have your left side up, okay? And then bit the other side as well. So the panels flip down where the lights kind of travel through. So it makes like a tunnel of light where the lights go through. Now, being a high car and everything and being such bright lights, I've had people pull over. I've had people pull over and scream at me actually when I've been driving behind them. They've been claiming I've been tailgating them and all this stuff. And I actually had a guy the other day, right? My high beam wasn't actually even on. You can see it in the rearview mirror. It's way above the rear view in this car. If you're shining into the back of someone, he was going like this, okay? Whenever I kind of went up like a steep incline, he was actually going like this in his mirror. I felt sorry for him. I was way far behind him. I wasn't tailgating or anything. He was actually covering his rear view mirror with his hands, okay? Another thing, when cars come towards me, I get flashed every time at night. Every single time. Not every car, mostly, you know, smaller to kind of saloon cars and hatchbacks and stuff. Some 4x4s as well, actually. They flashed me, oh, you got your beams on, and I flashed them again saying, no, I haven't, and it just looks like you got beams on because of that high beam assist thing. Now, you can actually not use the panels, you can just do the high beam assist, so it dips the whole beam when a car comes. That's cool, I have actually got it on that right now, but then it kind of loses the potential of using what the car is meant to be used for, because you've got matrix headlights and the panels in it, you feel like you're not getting the best experience out of the car, so it feels like a weird one there, because you spent money in the car for the matrix headlights, and you don't want to use them because they blind people, and you're not getting your money's worth, if that makes sense. Yeah, so that's number 3, which is, it is that annoying that I actually have to pull very far back from them when I'm following behind someone, because I don't want to piss them off. It's not my fault. I'm not like deliberately trying to blind them in their rearview mirror. It's just the lights, which is absolutely ridiculous. So that's that. Number 4. This, I mean, okay, it had its own point because it is it's quite major in a car this expensive and a car which has these. Okay, so heated seats, right? Every car I've owned, which had heated seats, has been very good. You press the thing, 3 lights, boom. It takes about 1 minute to 2 minutes and it's hot, your ass is burning, okay? In here, my town I go to is about 10 minutes down the road, okay? And when it's cold, obviously you put the heated seats on, level 3, okay? When I get to town, they are almost hot, okay? They take way too long to heat up. I don't know if it's the seats. These are the kind of half leather Alcantara seats. You can get full leather, but I doubt they'll make any difference because it's leather here at the bottom. They take forever to warm up, and by the time you've frozen your ass off, you're already down at the 10 minutes down the road, which is not good. And the climate control is good. That's already warm, so you don't really need your heat seats, so you don't really need to put them on because they didn't serve any purpose for that time you were going from your house 10 minutes down the road. I rarely put them on now because they just don't warm up in time. They haven't got really that hot, to be fair. They're just kind of warm, which doesn't really make any sense. They're heated seats. Some heated seats are really good. They actually burn your ass. When it's really cold, you do want that. But these, I don't know why they're not. Everything else is okay with the climate and stuff. That warms up pretty quickly, but the seats, no, takes far too long, in my opinion. So the last point then, point number 5, is it really a point? I guess so. I mean, it does annoy me. This car is just a bit slow. Not the engine, not the speed, not anything to do with that, but the kind of experience when you get in the car is just a bit slow. This screen, if you have it coming out, takes ages. You're already out of your house and down the road, and it's finally tilted. This sun blind takes ages to go away, to fold back, and the gear knob takes about 3 hours to come up. Huh? Yeah. No, I'll be there in a minute. When you're outside keyless entry, okay, you've got to actually press the button, then the door handle will come out slowly, then you're inside the car. Most keyless cars, you don't have to press anything, you just open the door, okay? But with these, because they're making these cool, like, slick things, you don't have door handles, you have to actually press the button, then it goes out, and then you open the door. It's just a bit slow. Yeah, so with this car, I just would like it to be just on the board a little bit more, just a little bit more quick, and just fire up a lot more faster than it does. Yeah, so that's the 5 points, guys, the 5 things I dislike about this car. Maybe it's giving you a little bit more info about the Velar. I did make the 6-month ownership review. It's got tons of stuff in there I mentioned about the car. Yeah, and the 5 things I love will be coming very soon. Yeah, so let's have a discussion in the comments, see if these things will actually annoy you. Right down below if they would, if you're going to buy one of these cars, and if you do own one, do mention anything else which is kind of typical Land Rover, or anything which doesn't work properly. Okay, right, cool guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye. Oh, I didn't bring a shirt. Just got to edit it well so it's funny and not.
Yeah. Hundreds on my bed, flexing with the bill. Roses in my wallet and I'm flexing it for real. Racks on racks on racks, I look like rookie of the year. Frontin' with the cash, it's getting moody over here.